guys, our next segment is gonna be we're gonna do quite a couple easy ones, and then we're gonna end on a light note. The next one is our ideal 11 for Euros. I hope you guys can see him. I think does it look small or is it just me? No, okay.
It's a bit small, maybe, but
we'll cancel the team of Amy.
Yeah. Well, Amy wanted to put it, all right, let's get started. I chose a different formation to everyone else. I put a 4-3-1-2, and this is how I want to line up. Donnarumma in goal, Spinazzola, Acerbi instead of Chiellini, but depends really on Chiellini's how healthy he is. Then Bonucci, Florenzi for me 100% over Calabria. Jorginho down there in the regista position. Verratti, Barella, which I think, everyone agrees with me with Barella, Verratti, Jorginho. Insigne as a cam, that's why I want him as a number 10 as well. And then we got Belotti and Immobile at the same time up top. So I think the kind of controversial idea I've had is not having Chiesa up top in any way or shape. Then I'll just say Amy's. I mean, you guys can explain yours, but Amy's is similar to mine. So it's got the same back line, exactly in the same midfield, but he's got a different front three. He's got Chiesa on the left, Belotti, Zaniolo. So he's leaving out Immobile and Insigne, which is controversial, but we all know he doesn't like Insigne at all because he is some really weird kid. All right, Johnny, do you want to tell us, do you want to talk us through your formation, or is there anything you don't want to say or want to say?
So in my opinion, in national teams, defense is very important. And in national teams, obviously, don't have much, as I said before, we don't have as much time, to really get tactics going, such as a club would. And so I have a more defensive approach of defense of Calabria and Emerson, a lot more defensive than Florentin Spinazzola. So I'm looking for a more safe regard from the midfield, same as everyone's. Of an attack, it's Insigne, so you have one playmaker. One very... because I think if both Berardi and Insigne, it's two very technical playmaker, creative kind of players, right? So
yeah,
I went for Insigne, then Chiesa, who's more of a workhorse, and then Belotti, who I think is Italy's best striker.
Yeah.
And I think this team should work well.
Luca, you want to talk us through your team?
Mine you can see on the right. There's I put Zaniolo, a bit of polemica now just to get a discussion going, because I think Chiesa will start at the end of the day, but I'm a huge fan of Zaniolo, and I think that he is one of those players who can offer something extra for the national team. Now that I think about it, also with the injury, I don't think he actually does have a chance of starting. It's going to be Chiesa. But then if we move on, Immobile, I think he's starting 100%, Insigne as well. And the midfield for me is just locked up. It's going to be Verratti, Barella, Jorginho, unless there's injuries. Those are just the three best by far. On the left, I opted for Spinazzola rather than Emerson, just because I think he's had the better season. And then Acerbi over Chiellini, because I also think Acerbi deserves it. He's Lazio's captain and he's been starting while Chiellini isn't a fixed starter. And then Florenzi over Calabria and Gigio and net, which is the easy choice.
Yeah,
he's not the captain. Immobile is.
Gab Zero says, by the way, responding.
Sorry. Not captain, but he's one of, I would say he's even more of a leader than Immobile for Lazio. I think of Lazio's leader.
Pevan Fergal says, Zaniolo recover low, I don't bet a cent. Useless kid. And Gab Zero answers saying, he's a really good bomber, but not on the pitch, if you know what I mean. Incredible. He's answering the whole way through. Ricky, you want to talk us very quickly through your formation?
Yeah, not much to say. It's basically the same as we discussed in the past and starting 11 in the past slide. My analysis for each player is the same I said before. I think as Luca said, the midfield is quite standard. We all agree on it. I think Chiellini and Bonucci, if they have the possibility, they will start. Also because, let's say, that kind of chemistry, maybe they have been playing together for many years. Spinazzola and Florenzi, I think they're great fullbacks. And the strike and up front, I think Insigne, Immobile, and Chiesa might be the most standard, let's say, starting up three that we can have. I think Zaniolo, if he would want to fit in, I would like to see him, and then maybe this is for a new discussion. As Luca said, I don't know if you could be able to play there on the right position of the attacking. But I don't know. We can see.
If I had to choose between him and Chiesa, but I like the idea Luca was having, at least for quality wise.
Yeah.